Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, today we're here to discuss Roly politics. So ladies and gentlemen, you guys have of course already read the title. Does Rolimons control the limited item market on Roblox? Now there are many angles in which you can choose to, analyze the entire situation and whatnot. But from my personal point of view, I would argue that Rolimons does indeed control the Roblox limited market. Now of course, before I actually get to my point, I would like to show you guys some examples of what I mean, and also for you guys to subscribe to the YouTube channel. So the first example that I have here, ladies and gentlemen, is the teal Rockstar Smile and the blue Rockstar Smile. Rolimons gave them a value in Rolimons.com back in June 27th of 2025. So roughly like a little bit over 2 weeks ago at this point. So let's begin with the teal Rockstar Smile. So shortly before this item actually got a value, so like before June 27th, this item was getting around like 15,000 overpays, 20,000 overpays, at the very maximum like the occasional 25, 30,000 overpay, but that was pretty much it. This item did not get any more than that amount. But the very moment after this face got valued in Rolimons, it started going for 40,000 overpays extraordinarily consistently, as you can see in all of these proofs that I'm showing on the screen. And then of course we also have the blue Rockstar Smile, which was valued at the exact same date as the teal Rockstar Smile, was getting like 15,000 overpays, 24,000 overpays, was getting a little bit more than the teal one, but even then 25, 30, at the very maximum like 32,000 overpays, something like that. But then of course, ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. This item, after getting valued at 50,000, started getting 40, 50,000 overpays, simply because this item got a value in Rolimons.com. There was no other external factor other than the fact that this item got valued in Rolimons. Then on the very same day, we also got the Black Knight helmet. This item was getting like, I don't know, 20,000, 15,000 overpays, the occasional 30,000 overpay, very rarely, but it was getting around that much. So it was fair to value this item so it would have a value in Rolimons.com, like there's once again nothing wrong with that. But then once again, you know the drill, after this item got valued, the situation was actually even a little bit worse. It started, first of all, getting like 60,000 overpays, then 100,000 overpays, 200,000 overpays shortly after it got valued. And then we ended up getting to the point of no return, which is the latest Kotza plus Black Knight Helm proof, which is roughly a 1.150 million overpay for both of them. And now the most recent example that I can give you guys once again is the Lightning Helm that was valued at 20,000 Robux. Was getting 2,000 overpays, 3,000 overpays, at the very maximum like 5,000 overpays. But then it got valued and then it started getting 20,000 overpays and upwards. It started selling for like 50,000 Robux instead of the conventional 20,000. So what I wanted to show by these examples is how much power Rolimons does have in items. Just the fact that an item is valued in Rolimons.com is already enough for an item to become super good overnight. And then okay, why does that happen? So in my personal point of view, this does end up happening because Rolimons is a monopoly in Roblox trading. Rolimons has become a synonym with Roblox trading. There are less than like, let's say 0.5% of traders who do not actually use Rolimons to trade. And I'm talking about actual traders, not like developers who buy items. Most of them probably don't even know about the existence of Rolimons. But when we're talking about like traders, every single trader and their moms use Rolimons.com. There is no other trading website that is prominent enough to rival Rolimons. There was RBLX Trade, but realistically speaking, it was never a competitor to Rolimons. Rolimons has ever since 2019 been the norm for Roblox values. No one really tried making a competitor besides Doxed, but he sold the website, so not really a competitor anymore. And then Isaiah, a value changer in Rolimons, ended up having a meltdown after valuing the Lightning Helm and seeing what it was actively going for right after he valued it. Now we get to the real point. Is this necessarily a bad thing? That after items get valued, they start going for mega overpays or whatever? I personally do not think that is entirely bad. That is actually, in my personal opinion, healthy to the economy, because that means that now we do not only have the same old items being valued, we have new items being valued. Now okay, if any value changers, council, whatever, are watching this this video and would like a suggestion coming from myself, and I am an ex-value counsel, so you know, I may as well give my personal opinion here. Just value absolutely every single rep item that you guys feel like deserve a value at the very same time. Like these items, BRSS, TRSS, and the Black Knight helmet, these three items ended up becoming extremely OP right after they got valued, because there were only 3 items valued at the same time. There were not 10, 20, 30, 60 items valued at the same time. If you valued every single one of these items, like let's say in this album, which is called the Great Valuation, kind of a good perspective for items to value, if you guys just decided to value absolutely everything at the same time, you would not run into this issue in the future. Just value every single one of these items right now, and you guys are not going to run into this issue, you know? This is not a question of personal gain or whatever. I just feel like this would be beneficial towards the community in a way, you know what I mean? And you know, the conclusion that we can take from this video is that Rolimons is a monopoly, and that is why they completely control the market. They completely control the trading sphere, and there is nothing they can do to stop it. Are we really going to not value some items just because these items started doing super well after they got valued? I genuinely do not understand the concept behind that thought, but of course I am personally speaking here. Let me know what you guys think down here in the comments, alright? Also, I would like to thank every single member of the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for everyone who became a member. Either you purchased the membership or you became a member through some gifted through my live streams. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe the video, because that does help me a lot. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord server, do whatever you can to support me. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.